Pemirsa, terima kasih Anda masih bersama kami dalam Gelar Wicara khusus Isodel 2018. Tantangan teknologi informasi dan komunikasi atau TIK dalam pendidikan saat ini adalah pemanfaatan berbagai potensi yang mampu mempersempit kesenjangan digital, pembentukan karakter, transformasi pendidikan digital, dan pendidikan kejuruan. Oleh karena itu, pendidikan 4.0 mutlak diperlukan demi tercapainya pendidikan yang merata tanpa kehilangan karakter bangsa. So, again, how to build or to grow or to motivate teacher in order to improve their competency along with this ICT development in education?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think when you look at growing competencies in teachers, I think you have to understand what motivates teachers. And some of it's cultural. You know, we have different cultural aspects in different countries as to what motivates teachers. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's recognition. Sometimes it's even being able to attend a conference like this. And I think when you look at rewarding teachers for doing great work, it depends. It depends on what it is that they see as motivation. Typically what we see are teachers want to be recognized. They want to be recognized for the work that they do. They want to be able to demonstrate. You know, and you've seen it here as well. You know, so many teachers here are so excited to be here. They want to share. They want to learn. That's not the issue here. So I think when we look at it, it's rewarding and it's celebrating. I think the teachers and the educators and making sure that they understand what's possible, getting them to change and to show what they've been able to do in the classroom, because they will excite more than we will. They will excite other teachers. They will share other teachers with other teachers. And we can have the technology that enables that platform to share more. And I think that idea of being able to create an environment that allows teachers to share, allow teachers to celebrate. We have a Microsoft Office Specialist certification worldwide program with one of our partners. And that actually celebrates students that do extremely well in some of the technologies that we have. And again, it's teachers that are sort of driving this. They're getting the students excited about it. They're representing their country on worldwide stage in the US a lot of times. So I think these are sort of areas that we need to continually build on. And that motivation becomes intrinsic for the teachers. And I think that becomes an important part. And what we could also look at doing is maybe doing things like micro-credentialing or little small badges. So a teacher gets a, you know, rather than going through and getting another degree, and this is what we're seeing, is these smaller levels of competencies that they get rewarded for, that they can put on their, whether it's if they have a card or whether they have an email address or they have it, they can actually talk about the type of accreditation and badging
like
that they have.
Boy Scout kind of thing.
Yeah, like a little, absolutely, a digital badge that they can show and they can demonstrate their competency, and that becomes a very powerful tool.
Yeah, okay. So what is your expectation for the teacher and the educational stakeholder to welcome this Education 4.0?
My expectation? I think it's just embracing the change. I think, and I don't think teachers are going to do this on their own. We need to support the education community throughout. Not just we as Microsoft, but we as an industry, we as a government, we as partners in all of this. And I think if we focus on the educators, and we make them comfortable with technology, and we make them comfortable with why they're trying to do this, the students are going to learn it anyway. And they are learning without us sometimes. So I think being able to make the teachers more excited about what's happening will help accelerate, I think, the education process here, and accelerate the quality that's going on, and accelerate the accessibility that's happening. And that, to me, is the exciting part about it. And I think Indonesia is very, very well placed to be an exciting part of the change and the transformation that's happening. And this conference is obviously one of the key things that's driving it, and the support of the different ministries here has been phenomenal. And I think that's something we can be proud of here in Indonesia.
You know, so for the last question, so what is Microsoft's contribution in provide for educators in preparing this 4.0?
We have a number of programs that we embark on and that we use. So we have teacher capacity building. We do teacher training pretty much every week through our partner community. We have online content and materials and curriculum that's in local language as well. that teachers have access to, freely available. We have conferences like the Educator Exchange, which is a worldwide conference as well, where some of the top educators come together and share their best practices. And I think that's also a very key area for Indonesia as well. Is there is some best practice here that we can share with the rest of the world. We have a number of other programs for working with the disabled, working with different parts of the community as well, that helps bring out the best of not only the education but also the community as well. And I think those are sort of areas that we can continue to work on and partnership on. And it's also the production of things like the Education Transformation book that we have that helps people understand why we're embarking on this and has some best practice in there that's shared from around the world. And I think those are some of the key things that we should be looking at.
Yes, so that was the last question. Thank you for your time and thank you for being here. Pemirsa, demikian perjumpaan kita kali ini. Saya Nyoman Widya Anggreni beserta seluruh kru yang bertugas mohon undur diri. Terima kasih dan sampai jumpa.